Power push. Hit the 7-minute power push all over your timeline. Power push. You can catch it on replay or you can watch us live. Power push. If you can dream it, believe it, do it. Power push. Let's power push. Power push. Let's power push. Power push with Dion. Push it to the limit, push it to the limit, and start your Wednesday right from the beginning. A dose of inspiration in 7 minutes. So here's an invitation, come through and kick it on Facebook Live at 8 a.m. Now like this vid and share with a friend. If you're too tired up to tune in, just hit the replay, so either way you win. Dream it, believe it, let's do it, y'all. We all can achieve, push through it, y'all. Dream it, believe it, let's do it, y'all. We all can achieve, push through it, y'all. Yeah. Get the 7-minute power push all over your timeline. Power push. You can catch it on replay or you can watch us live. Power push. If you can dream it, believe it, do it. Power push. Let's power push. Power push. Let's power push. Power push with Dion.
Hey. Great morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Listen, go ahead and do what you already know, what you need to do. Say hey. Another Wednesday, another push. And so I am extremely excited to be here with you this morning. Go ahead and say hey. Listen, shouts out to those who catch me live. Shouts out to those who watch me on the replay, because replay lives matter. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and checking it out. I just come through and give what has been given to me. One thing I do know about is keep going and pushing. One thing I do know about is that good old-fashioned faith that helps us to make it through. Go ahead and type in what up. Say hey to your girl. Go ahead and say hey. Y'all already know I'm pumped up. I'm amped up. I'm excited to be here with you this morning, mainly because we are talking about something that has been such an issue for me. So I know that it is an issue for you. And as we are going into this last month of the year, as we are going into a brand new year, as we are still in a matter of crisis in the country, we have got to get this one thing together. Okay. So I'm super excited to talk about what we got going on today. Y'all already know I bring that energy. So I'm bringing y'all that energy right now. Let me serve it up. Serving up that energy. Hey there, Maria, I see you. Listen, if you've already gone ahead and shared this video, go ahead and type in #share. I want to see who is with me on this one. We want to make sure that we are sharing out these messages. Why? Because there is someone who is right at the break of giving up. And we want to make sure, listen, if I'm talking to you, I can help you. But if you pass it on to somebody else, we can literally change the world. So make sure that you're sharing. Once you do share, make sure you type in #shared. Make sure you type that in, okay? Listen, for those of you that do not know who I am, my name is Dia, and I am your self-awareness coach. I literally specialize in the area of personal development. I believe that a lot of us are chasing money, we're chasing fame, we're chasing all these different things. But if we are not personally developed on the inside, listen, you won't get far. I specialize specifically in the area not only of self-development, but with self-awareness. It's all about knowing who you are, what you feel, what your blind spots are. And so that's what it's all about. Not only that, I am your homegirl with one dimple, some cute, and a whole lot of God. What does that mean? That means that I don't fit into anybody's box. I don't fit into any lane per se. I'm just me, and I literally love just being my own authentic self. Okay, so that's what it is. And I'm here to help you do the same. That's my goal. That's my mission in life. My overall mission is to help 1 million women just to get to see themselves the way that God originally saw you, and so that you can live your limitless life. That's what it's all about. Good morning, Rainy. I see you. I see my girl Danielle in the building. Hey, hey, what up? What up? What up? Today we are talking about a topic that is near and dear to me. I keep looking down because I have notes like everywhere. It's my favorite topic, and oh my goodness. Today we are talking about shrinkage. Somebody type in shrink, 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 shrinking, shrinkage, shrinking, shrinkage. Listen, that is what we're talking about this morning. A lot of us are stuck. We're stuck in the same place, doing the same thing, making the same money, like in the same path, not moving. And so I asked the question last night, aren't you tired of being stuck? Well, today I'm going to give you the secret sauce to getting unstuck, and that is stop shrinking. Can somebody just type that in? Just go ahead and type to somebody else, stop shrinking. Girl, stop shrinking. Stop minimizing yourself. Stop making yourself smaller. Stop making your personality smaller. Stop shrinking. Okay. Stop shrinking. Stop shrinking. Stop shrinking. Okay. If I had to have a subtitle, it would be, listen, don't shrink. Subtitle, fix your crown. I believe that when you shrink, you literally take your crown off and you put it on the shelf. And so today we are fixing this crown because as we are going into this next year, it's time for us to truly get it together as far as shrinking down who we are to make others comfortable. Now, just to make sure I'm in the right place at the right time, I just want to let you know who this message is for. Listen, if you are a nice, compassionate person, if you are super caring and very nurturing, if you are a people pleaser and you cannot handle the thought of anybody being upset with you, if you want to save the world, if you are captains, never mind, I'm not even going to say that. This message is for you. If you kind of sway in the area of confidence when it comes to your dream, when it comes to your business, when it comes to you going to the next level, this message is for you. Now, there are many reasons why people shrink themselves, tons of reasons, mainly if you are overly compassionate. If you're compassionate, just raise your hand because that's me. I am super duper compassionate. I am an empath. So I have tons of empathy. And so throughout my years, while I was trying to be invisible, I constantly shrunk myself. I made sure that I was invisible. I made sure that I looked like everybody else. I made sure that I sounded like everyone else. I made sure that I fit in. I shrunk myself, mainly because there was an energy when I spoke up. Have you ever been there? Have you ever said, no, I don't like that? And then everybody kind of turned on you. So you said, well, if y'all like it, then I guess it's okay. If y'all want to go, I guess I'll go. Because when you stood up for yourself, it's like everybody turned. There was this energy of who you think you are, who she thinks she is. Listen, today we are going to end that. We're going to end this thing called shrinkage. Somebody type in, I will never shrink again. I will never shrink myself again. I'll never shrink my purpose again. I'll never shrink my dream again. I won't shrink my personality. I won't shrink who I am to make sure that everybody else is comfortable. This is something that I've done forever and ever and ever and ever, and it reared its ugly head this week. That's how this even came about. Because I was going through something and I didn't want to make the people feel uncomfortable. So I just kind of sat back. And what happens when you shrink is that people take advantage of you. Have you ever been in the position where you shrunk, now everybody's taking advantage of you? Now you are the floor mat. Now you are the doormat, right? Because they are taking advantage of you. They're taking your kindness for weakness. But I felt my strength this morning when I thought of the song that Brother Toby wrote that said, try Jesus and don't try me. Right? I think that I know that this is the moment where we have got to fix our crown and say, listen, Stop taking my kindness for weakness. I will not shrink again. I'm going to fix my crown. I am royalty. I am chosen. I am called. I'm gifted. I'm creative. I have a big personality. If you don't like it, you can unsubscribe. But there's someone who needs it. My goodness, my goodness. Listen, I will never shrink again. So today I'm going to give you 3 ways to stop shrinking right now. 3 ways to overcome this thing called shrinking. 3 ways to stop sitting back and making yourself invisible. 3 ways. We're going to nip this in the bud today. Listen, I'm so tired of making myself smaller so that people can be comfortable. Period. Plus, on the other end of that, God has given you this amazing gift and this amazing purpose. And guess what? Even if you shrink, that purpose is still that purpose. Even if you shrink, that assignment is still that assignment. Even if you shrink, that activity is still that creativity. No matter what you do, nothing will change. So you might as well rise to the occasion. Somebody type in, I will rise. I felt good right there. Rise to the occasion. We are no longer shrinking, mainly because we will rise. All right. I'm just going to jump into our 3 ways to stop shrinking today. I'm no longer going to sacrifice myself. I'm not going to sacrifice my opinion. I'm not going to go with the flow. Listen, if you ever heard of Radico Roberts, he says, I do not go with the flow. I create the flow. I am the flow. I'm no longer going with it because I am it. Period. All right. So here are 3 ways. 3 ways to not shrink and to fix your crown. Number 1, the first thing we're going to do if you are struggling in the area, first of all, if you are shrinking, let's just be real. It's all about confidence. There's something about you that don't feel confident about what's happening or about what you are doing. If you haven't shared this, go ahead and share this out because it's really about to get good right here. If you are shrinking, it really is a confidence issue. It has nothing to do with anybody else. Yes, you can say haters. Yes, you can say the naysayers, they said, they, but really it's an internal situation. When you are shrinking, it is an internal situation. There is something about you that doesn't feel confident. There's something about you that don't feel comfortable. And so we're going to stop this today. The first thing that you're going to do, that we're going to do as a people, listen, to fix our crown and to stop shrinking, the first thing we're going to do is get rid of old beliefs. Somebody type in, get rid of it. You don't feel confident because there is something in you that was told to you when you will not listen. Somebody said you're going to be just like your mama. You gonna be just like your daddy. You ain't never gonna. So you believed it. So when it's time for you to stand up, come on. I feel y'all. I feel y'all in the spirit right now. When it's time for you to stand up, you literally go back to that old belief. So number 1, you're gonna get rid of old beliefs. It no longer serves you purpose. Get rid of it. Get rid of whoever said you wasn't going to amount to anything. Get rid of whoever said starting a business is dumb. Get rid of that old belief system that has you stuck. So when it's time for you to do something, you're like, you go back to it. Somebody type in, get rid of it. Number 1, you're going to get rid of old beliefs. Get rid of it. Somebody told you you weren't going to be anything. Someone told you you wasn't going to make it. Someone told you and you adopted it. Now you believe it. So when it's time for you to do something and say something, you can't because you're picking up that old belief. So now it's time to get rid of that old belief and do what? Replace it with the promise. Get rid of that old belief system. It's not true. It's not so. I don't care if all the generations before you lived in poverty, that does not mean anything for you. Come on. It doesn't matter how many generations of rejection come on. It stops at you. Somebody type in, the buck stops here. Can I give y'all a secret real quick? There's this saying about generational curses. I don't even call it a generational curse because I believe it is a generational dysfunction. And I also believe it's a generational mindset. And I believe that if nobody changes it, it's going to keep going. I believe that the buck stops with you. As soon as you realize that there is something that happened with your mother and your mother's mother and your mother's mother's mother, that means that you have the capacity to change it. That is generational dysfunction. That's a generational mindset. And once you get rid of that, listen, you've got to replace it with the promise. The promise said, I know the thoughts that I think towards you, period. I already have a plan for you. I foreknew you. That's what the promise says. It says, when thou art converted. So number one, you're going to stop shrinking. You're going to fix your crown by getting rid of the garbage that helped you before, but it doesn't suit you now. Listen, nobody will ever hurt you the way they hurt you back then. Nobody will ever reject you the way they rejected you back then. Nobody will ever abandon you the way they abandoned you back then. So get rid of it. You no longer need that. You no longer need that armor. You need a new armor, your own armor. That's for where you are now. Somebody type in, get rid of it. Nope. Fix your crown. Get rid of that old belief. I don't care what they said. I don't care what happened. I don't even care if it happened yesterday. Get rid of that old belief and think about the promise. Replace it with the promise. There's a huge promise on your life. All right. If you haven't shared this, go ahead and share it now. Go ahead and share it now. I feel my help. So how we're going to stop shrinking? Number one, we are going to get rid of old beliefs. They don't help us now. Get rid of it. You need to unlearn all those things. Unlearn. We have to unlearn a poverty mindset. We have to unlearn a victim mindset. We have to unlearn an inferior mindset. We have to unlearn these things in order to move forward. So when I was shrinking earlier this week, listen, immediately the Lord said, stop, you're shrinking. Say what you mean what you say. You're shrinking. Stop doing that. And that brings me to number two. Number two, if you want to stop shrinking, listen, in order to stop shrinking and to fix your crown, number two is this: practice. Somebody type in practice. We've got to start practicing the word no. We've got to start practicing saying what we mean and mean what we say. I don't know what it is, but the society can't handle being straightforward. But I need to set my boundaries. In order for you to stop taking my kindness for weakness, I got to say what I feel. I'm not saying be rude, but I am saying it's time to stop being passive aggressive. That's what I mean. I'm no longer being passive aggressive. I'm not saying it as a joke. I'm saying it dead serious. Listen, I don't like that. Hey, you're taking my kindness for weakness. I don't like it. I don't want to go because I don't want to go. I don't feel like it, and so I'm not. I'm not into that. I'm no longer going with the flow. Somebody type in practice. Lasandra, I see you. Monica, I see you there. I see you, Tandria. I see you. I see you, Megan. Yes. Somebody type in practice. I saw Vince D. What's up? What's going on? Practice. Practice makes perfect. If you are a person that is super compassionate, man, the nicest people are the ones who get ran over the most. Can I testify real quick? Can I testify? It's something about a person who cares about everybody. I don't know why, but they walk over you. So we've got to practice standing up for ourselves. You have to practice saying no as a full sentence. You have to practice. Practice not shrinking. When it's time to stand up, you do it. Practice it so that it becomes a habit. Things become a habit because we keep doing them over and over again. And so in this season right here, I'm going to need you to practice fixing that crown and standing up for what you stand up for. You've got to respect me. Period. You got to respect me. You have to respect my feelings. You have to respect my stance. You have to respect that I'm not with what you're with. You have to respect that I am going this way and you're going that way. Man, somebody type in practice. Confidence, I've said this before, I'll say it again. Confidence is not something that we're all born with. Confidence is something that we practice, period. It's something that we just keep on doing. How do I know? Because I did it. Before I was confident, I pretended to be confident until it was just something that I did. Before I became actually confident and okay with me, I pretended. Listen, they said sometimes you have to say what you heard so you can see what you said. And all that is practicing. Practice. Practice makes perfect. Man, if y'all haven't shared this out, please go and share this with somebody. I'm no longer shrinking. Type in, I'll never shrink again. I'll never shrink again. I'm not going to shrink again. First of all, because listen, I'm not going to shrink because I'm going to get rid of those old thoughts and that old mindset. I'm not going to shrink again because I am going to practice standing up for myself. No, period. Man, can I tell y'all a story real quick? I got to get out of here. Years and years ago, I actually went to counseling. I had to go to counseling because I was about to have a nervous breakdown, seriously, in every sense of the word. And they said, listen, your problem is that you're self-sacrificing. So you sacrifice yourself for everyone, and it's hurting you. So the first thing I want you to try is to say no without a reason. I need you to say no without a reason. Now, that was hard for me because I was so used to saying yes. I was so used to accommodating everyone. I was so used to adjusting to everyone. I was so used to transforming into everyone. I was a chameleon. If you needed me, I'm there. I don't care if I'm tired. If you need it, I got you. I don't care if I don't have it. I self-sacrificed so much that it took me in a place where I was about to have a nervous breakdown. And I'm so grateful. I thank God for this counselor for this one piece of advice. Of course, he gave me tons, but this was the one piece that really kind of set me free. So the next day, somebody asked me something and I immediately tried it. I said no. And they waited. And I waited. And they waited. And I almost said something. I almost made up an excuse. I almost did. I almost made up a reason. But I heard what he said and I paused for one more second. Guess what they did? They said, okay, and moved on. We have got to practice standing up for ourselves. We have to practice saying what we mean. We have to practice setting boundaries. Listen, I just don't like when you do that to me. It's good with everybody else. It's not good with me. If you're going to be with me, you've got to be with me right. If you're going to love me, you have to love me the way that I need to be loved, not the way that you choose. You can't treat me the way that you, never mind. Okay. I'm on a soapbox. Let me go on to the next one. Number 3, somebody type in number 3. Somebody type in number 3. I just was on a soapbox. Let me get off. Number 3, and this is the last thing we're going to do. And this is huge. This is huge. This is huge. This is so big. This is so big. Number 3 is this. Listen, don't adjust the dream. Rise to your purpose. I feel that. Don't adjust the dream. Rise to your purpose. You're shrinking, so then you're shrinking the dream. You're shrinking the instinct. You're shrinking the idea. You're shrinking. So your purpose is now like trying to grow like a plant. It's trying to grow. It's supposed. Come on. Here we go. We're here. We're still here. Y'all with me? All right. Come on. Somebody type in, don't adjust. Rise. Don't adjust. Rise. Don't adjust that dream. Don't you adjust that thought. Don't you adjust that instinct, that idea. Rise to it. I asked the question, aren't you tired of being stuck? For this specific reason. You're stuck because you're not rising. If God has ever given you any type of idea, I promise you it wasn't small. I promise you it was huge. There's a reason. Thank you, Lord. It's downloading right now. The reason is so that you'll grow. God knows you so much that he knows that you won't swim unless you're in water. He knows that you won't expand unless you need to expand. He knows that you won't pivot unless you have to pivot. He's so wise that he put us in the middle, and he put a pandemic on the entire world so that you will go ahead and pick that dream up off the shelf and then rise to the occasion. For some of us, listen, the job is gone. So that security is gone. And now your instincts are now kicking in. This is the most we've ever listened to ourselves. This is the most we've ever thought about things. This is the most we've ever actually sat down and put our hands to the plow. Somebody type in, don't adjust the dream, rise. Don't adjust the dream, rise. So I'm about to get out of here. I know y'all don't got all day. I don't have all day either, but I just really, if you haven't shared this, share this out. This message is specifically for those who are constantly shrinking yourself to make everyone else feel okay. This message is for those who suffer in the area, or you're having some wavering feelings and thoughts on confidence. You maybe don't feel exactly confident in yourself. You don't feel confident in your dream. You don't feel confident in your gift. You don't feel confident in your creativity. Maybe, just maybe, you're the only one in your circle that has this type of gifting on you. And so you feel weird. You've been shrinking so that they will feel okay. I'm here to give you a word straight from the heavens saying, don't you shrink. You fix your crown, because there's someone who's looking for you. As this word came to me earlier this week, as this word came to me, all I could picture was a crowd full of people. A crowd full of people, right? A crowd full, picture this. A crowd full of people, and I'm looking for you. I'm trying to find you because you have what I need. I'm looking for you. I'm trying to find you because you are going to save my life. I'm looking for you. I'm trying to find you because God put it on my heart to invest in your business. I'm trying to find you because I need to partner with you to make your dream come true. So I see this crowd of people, and I can't find you. The crazy part is, in this visual, when God gave it to me, I picture that you are actually about 6'5". Everybody else is like 5'6", but you're down here, and I can't find you so that I can bless you. My goodness, sis. I want to let you know that you're a giant. I want to let you know that you are huge in God's eyes. I want to let you know that you are massive in God's eyes. I want you to know that no matter how much you shrink, you will still have a light on you. I want to let you know that no matter how much you try to blend in, you are still needed and necessary. No matter how much you try to silence yourself, everything about you is needed, and you'll still have a light on you. There's somebody who's waiting for you to stand up so that they can live. I know this is rough and I know this is heavy, but your voice is needed. Your voice is needed. Your stature is needed. That idea is needed. Your dream is needed. I need you. So I need you to stop shrinking, and I need you to fix your crown, because I need you. Right? Right? Picture it. I mean, it's a whole crowd of people, and I'm looking for you because I need you, and I can't find you because you're shrinking. You're this tall, but you're trying to be this tall. The crazy part, like I said earlier, is that your assignment is still your assignment. You're so huge. You're so amazing that you're trying to fit in this box, and baby, you're a circle. You'll never fit in that box. You're trying to fit in this box that they're putting you, but you're a rectangle. You'll never fit in that box. The purpose that is on your life is so huge, you'll never fit in. So stop shrinking. Accept that it is what it is. You're great. It is what it is. You're a leader. It is what it is. You will be the first millionaire in your family. It is what it is. You don't have the footsteps to follow in. because you're the one who starts the footsteps. Oh, I feel my help right here. You're looking for the footsteps. You're trying to find the footsteps. You're trying to step back, but you have the footsteps. Woo! That was good for me. That was good for me. That's all I have for you guys today. Listen, don't shrink. Stop. Stop. Stop shrinking yourself. Stop trying to fit in. Stop being like others. I'm not saying you have to be me. Listen, whatever it is, even if it's small, it's huge. Even if it's small, it's big. Do you know that Nike, when it first started, it was like a waffle and something else? They just had an idea. We are sitting on these amazing ideas that will change the world. The first airplane, it went down like 1,000,000 times until they got it right. And you're sitting on what you're sitting on, and it's going to change the whole world. Baby, stop shrinking yourself. I'm going to stop. Personally, listen, I got checked this week, and the specific word that God gave me was shrink. Yo, you're shrinking yourself. You're shrinking. Why are you shrinking? I need you to lead. Stop shrinking. There's somebody looking for you. They're looking to bless you, but they can't find you because your voice sounds like everybody else, or you're trying to be short like everybody else. You're trying to fit in, but you're supposed to stand out. Okay? How are we going to do that? 3 things. Number 1, we're going to replace those old beliefs. They no longer serve a purpose in your life. When you were in survival mode, they worked. Come on. When you were in survival mode, those beliefs worked. When you didn't know better, those beliefs worked. But right now, because you do know better, it doesn't work. Throw it out. Get rid of the old stuff. Listen, get rid of those old beliefs. Get rid of those old habits. Get rid of the things that are holding you still, that's making you stuck. Number 2, we're going to practice. We're going to practice saying no, period, as a whole sentence. We're going to practice saying how we truly feel. We're going to practice not going with the flow, but being the flow. We're going to practice. We're going to practice being our authentic selves. Yes, I have a crazy laugh. Yes, I have a funny voice. Okay. Yeah, that's me. But I'm going to practice, because the more I practice, that's what's going to make perfect. And last but not least, we're not going to adjust our dream. We're going to rise to the occasion. Yo, fix your crown. Stop taking it off. We need you. Your blessing is still right here in the month of November. I believe that a lot of us are going to see a huge turnaround, especially with this non-shrinkage. For some of you, you needed to hear this because you're shrinking down your dream and you're taking the sting out of that idea. It was super amazing at first, and now it's just like blah, blah. Listen, stop shrinking, adjust your crown. Let's get it. My name is Dia, and I am your self-awareness coach, and I specialize in an area of personal development. That's what it's all about. I want to make sure that you know you, so that when your blessing comes, you'll be able to keep it, hold on to it, and change the generations to come. Listen, I absolutely love you guys. My overall mission is to help 1 million women be able to see themselves clearly so that they can live the limitless life that was promised to them. I understand that it's hard to reposition sometimes, but I'm here to give you the push you need to get there. What do I believe? What do I mean by push? I believe that we need to pray, pursue, and persist until something happens. I'm your midwife here to help you give birth to you. Some of us have lost ourselves because life has been so challenging, but I believe that as long as we have another day, as long as we have another second, as long as we have another minute, we can always reposition. I absolutely love you guys, and I will see you next Wednesday. Y'all already know what to do. Push. That was good for me. Y'all have an awesome day, and I will see you next Wednesday. That was so weird. All right. Bye, guys.
Wake up! It's time to push, y'all! It's the Power Push Podcast with Tia Patterson. Let's go! It's the Power Push. It's the 7-minute Power Push all over your timeline. Power Push. You can catch it on replay or you can watch us live. Power push. If you can dream it, believe it, do it. Power push. Let's power push. Power push. Let's power push. Power push with Dion. Push it to the limit, push it to the limit. And start your Wednesday right from the beginning. A dose of inspiration in 7 minutes. So here's an